born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and that's where Wedgwood currently is located in St. Louis, Missouri. My background, it's been an interesting journey. I was very fortunate to become interested, passionately interested in the investment business back in 1984, long time ago. And how that all came about, I had an investments professor at the University of Missouri, St. Louis, Dr. Ken Locke. I'll never forget, Investments 334. And you know, didn't have really any expectations when I signed up for the class, and I'll never forget the first day. The professor quickly dismissed with the chapter at hand, and all he did was talk about the stock market. And it turned out he was a stock market junkie. So I imagine most of the class was rather bored, but there was a few of us that were just fascinated. We couldn't get enough of it. And he made it very, very interesting. And in fact, myself and another student and the professor, we actually started an investment club, the Student Investment Club at the University of Missouri, St. Louis. It started out as a paper portfolio. Now, I mean, it's still there, it's still running. It's like 175, 180,000, and very well organized. And they compete against other schools for, you know, monetary prizes. And so, so that was the initial bug. But what how he really helped me was that he put me in a direction of outside reading, non-academic reading. So that was my first exposure to the likes of Buffett and Graham and Templeton and T. Rowe Price, etc. And he was also influential of, you know, if you really are interested in this topic, buy these books. Buy the classic books, read them, and reread them. And so, again, I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker. And then when I got into the business, when I finished school in late '85, I joined on the sell side of the street. I was a stockbroker. That was my easiest way to get into the business. And then the second key planet that aligned for me in early 1988, after the crash of '87, and I like to joke that after the crash of '87, I couldn't sell a brokered CD to my parents. And but I was very fortunate that I was able to go into the buy side of the street as a portfolio manager. And then the old St. Louis Union Trust Company in St. Louis, Missouri. And it was quickly bought out by Boatman's Trust. St. Louis is a big trust company town. But what was key in my career development at that firm, all the portfolio managers had a discretionary book of business that they could do whatever they wanted in terms of investment philosophy process. In addition to that, this combined entity did a huge custody business. So that was my first exposure to the likes of Mason Hawkins at Southeastern Asset Management, and the early growth gang at Janus, Marsico, Craig, and Bailey, and you know, they were doing the focus thing. But out of that, you know, rich environment of reading and understanding, I had become enamored with focus investing. And I wanted to be like one of these firms. And so after almost 4 years of being a portfolio manager at Boatman's Trust, that luck would befall me again, in that the founding chief investment officer of Wedgwood Partners, the firm was founded in '88, so this is the spring of '92, the founding chief investment officer retired. So at the ripe old age of 30, and I knew all the mysteries of the investment world. With a little track record in hand, I then met my partner, Anthony Guerrero, the president and founder of Wedgwood Partners, and he gave me a chance. He gave me a shot. So in May of 1992, I joined as chief investment officer with a blank slate to bring this developing philosophy with me to Wedgwood, and along the way we've added a couple folks on the investment team. First, Dana Webb in 2002, Michael Quigley in 2006, and so the four of us have been doing this single strategy now, beginning in 1992, 21 plus years.